make them all have fun. And we a blaze the fire, make it fun. We turn up the bass, mash up the place and make some sound while run. And when we end you be just like a sun. We turn up the bass, mash up the place and make them all have fun. And we a blaze the fire, make it fun. We turn up the bass, mash up the place and make some sound while run. Hear me now when you be just like a sun. Police on TV are showing in the community, they innocent. Yo, give me this again. Tell me rock on the rock, hey, but they get them dead. I'm a big gun, you mean I play. I'm a big kill you for your paper. Well, I say, oh, good God of grace, don't let them pass my way. When they're on their cave, I just pray on that road. You don't say that they're down station, so good luck not to come. Better you try basic immigration. Only one life to live. You try run for the hills. No. We don't need. I beg you tell them we don't need. No more trouble. No. We don't need. I beg you tell them we don't want no more war. No more trouble. I love you. All answer. Everybody know. Sure. Chicken carry off his hair. Tell them the way I go them still out here. Life is a road so you try to here. Tell them hair goes down so God knows here. Holy colors in the atmosphere. Step on the gas and just not on here. This was the farmer you do that. But if you do that, they go. Before they make up with you, they can go down to the river. And stand all of a sudden you were saying Indiana Jones. And I keep out the gold, keep out the scrolls, even the very gold. The worst paparazzi I ever seen and I ever known. With the worst of this place of the world can see, and that's all I will never show. The ones in the west will never move east and feel like we'll be at home. Get tricked by the beast, but I will never go flee when the monster is fully grown. Salam on the climates where them can't defeat and them will never clone. My spiritual DNA that written my soul and I will forever hold God. Well, hold out, she alone, them. Could you be love? Let me love. Could you be love? Let me love. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Stand up for. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Don't give it up. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Stand up for. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Sick and tired of the instincts, kisses of all night. Go to heaven, right? Jesus nature. We know and we understand. Almighty God is a living man. We got to keep on walking on the road to Zion. clean and pure medication without panel. Don't make them take it like who them took a shall we be waiting there? We are shall we be waiting there? 30 looks serious and jealousy. And police we have to is the minority. Need a gun when I know about the youngest veteran I go slaughter them slow. You know listen to me from the bush bungalow. Now watching them back here run my voice from Figaro, 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 Figaro. Church on the darkness with the big girl down low. Some of them are some spectator get low. Why could I dig like Bam Bam Bigelow? We say we've got to keep on walking on the road to Zion.
Women affirmation is impressing a large amount of men. We're talking about lonely people. What do you think about, well, you know there's a theory which says that before men and women can understand each other again, a generation is lost. Did you know that theory?
No.
So anyway, what do you think about all those lonely people?
All the lonely people? We are victims, you know. You know, we are victims of a bigger system, you know what I mean? So it's...
We're talking about, you know, building family, you know, structure, nowadays rules.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it end up being a victim of the system because the system break down family structure. You know, men are sent to war. You know what I mean? Men have a earlier death expectancy than women.
But in France there's no problem like that, and there's still a big
No, but worldwide there's a problem like that.
Yes. But it's not the only reason, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, what do you mean? Like, what else?
What I'm saying is that here people have comfort, they have money, they have job, and still they're living lonely. Everybody's in their house, and the people have to go on the internet to chat. And
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It goes back to the same thing of the system. You know what I mean? Is you know, it's the way we are raised. It's what you learn. It's your culture. You know what I'm saying? People are living in fear of communicating with one another. You know what I mean? And that's the system. You get what I deal with? So that's the same thing. It's selfishness.
But do you have solutions?
Solutions. Well, the solutions, I mean, is communication, really, togetherness. You know what I mean? That's the same thing I'm trying to tell you, that we're trying to break down. These kind of barriers that divide people. You know what I mean? Because it's not just France. I mean, people in France are lonely. What about outside of France? What about the world?
Well,
you know what I mean? Right. So, as I'm saying, is you know, people put, you know, man make borders and make border lines and these things. So, like I'm saying, it's a system. You know what I mean? It's all from the system that those things occur. People are living in fear. You don't trust your neighbor. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to make sure you say is something else than complaining. You know, it's alternatives to what's wrong.
The alternative to what? No, but okay, no, but you see, right, so it's realizing what is the problem first of all. So if you realize that it's because of the system why you don't trust your neighbor, it's because of the system why you're not in a community spirit with people, then that you have to say, yeah, you have to know why in the first place, why you are not, why you are lonely. When you realize why you are lonely, then you can overcome the problem. So you have to realize what the problem is before you solve it. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. So the first solution is to let the people know that, I mean, just like you say, people everywhere are in want of this kind of communal thing. You know what I mean? If you talk to most civilian people, most soldiers don't want to fight war. Most people in the army don't want to go to war. For the majority. You understand? So what is going on, most people don't want what is happening. But the people are not talking. You know? So that's what it's all about. It's just like we're saying, having these kind of conversations. You know, that's what the music is about. Having a conversation through music. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing, you know.
All right. New song for the babies. I understood you're blaming abortion. Am I wrong?
No.
I'm right?
No, I'm not blaming abortion.
I was wrong then.
Yeah.
So can you tell me clearly your position?
Alright, you have a saying, you have an old time saying in Jamaica. They say prevention is better than the cure.
Absolutely, I believe in that.
Right. That is my point. My point is that responsible sex, responsible relationships.
I know, obviously.
If you're not ready for children, you're not ready for sex. Responsibility. My point is not that when you get pregnant you should be thinking about whether I have to keep this child or not. When a woman have a child, it's a blessing and it should always be seen that way. But it's not seen that way because of lack of responsibility, because of people. Promiscuous sex. You understand? So if people take more responsibility for their action, you wouldn't have an abortion issue because people would want to keep their child because they would be proud of the fact that they are blessed with a child. So that is my point. So it's not fighting against abortion, it's fighting against why we have to have abortion in the first place.
But you will still have respect for women who went...
I have respect for everyone.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. What is your position about religious radicalization, notably in the Middle East and Somalia?
Religions, you see, that's why we always say Rasta is not a religion, it's a way of life, because every man is free. You cannot judge one another. You have to let one live and then you can live. Understand? And it's the same thing with what's going on in the Middle East and Somalia. It's funny you asked me about Somalia because recently we were on tour and our artist named Kanan was opening for us, and he is from Somalia. And his music is about the struggle of Somalia. So we know a lot about what's going on there. You know what I mean? And it come back to the same thing. It's the system, you know, it's the same kind of thing that is the problems within Jamaica. You know what I mean? Which is like soup, you know, it's that kind of trying to exist as a third world country within a world of superpowers. You know what I mean? And then you get, you know, your economy gets lost, your culture get lost, your identity get lost, and then your culture become violent. You know what I mean? That's basically what's happening in Somalia. You know what I mean? The whole culture of the people become violent. And it's like Jamaica. People are aggressive without a reason. If you can step on somebody's shoe in Jamaica and maybe die because of insult. You understand? So, but really, there is nothing to kill somebody over. You know what I mean? You can brush off your shoe in the end. You know what I mean? So it end up being the same thing like my tell you. It's culture. You have a struggling people who are desperate. They're not educated. They are closed off from what's going on outside of their community, outside of the world. You know what I mean? So they're very closed-minded, and it end up being that this is in a tunnel vision. They see things one way. And that way is a destructive way that is instilled in the people. You know? And that is what's going on.
Rasta is an alternative to Babylon or ultra-liberalism system. It depends on the words once again. Sustainable development has grown recently as another alternative. Have you heard about it and what do you think about it?
Explain what you mean sustainable development.
Sustainable development, you know that it's that concept that which is pro-globalization, but not only for the economic side. It claims that both economy, social and environment must be dealt with an equilibrium. Yes?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, my father once said in an interview that Babylon doesn't have fruits. You know, Babylon don't have no fruits. So anything that is, you know, created or invented, you know, it always have a good, but is what is used for. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So globalization and oneness is there's obviously a goodness to it, but it's how it's used. It's how it's used. You know what I mean? Right now, globalization isn't used for the benefit of the masses, because within globalization, poor countries, third world countries, suffering countries get locked out. They cannot compete with superpowers. You understand? They cannot compete with the G7 or the G8 or whatever G. You know what I mean? They can't compete with these things. But at the same time, in all, is globalization a bad thing? No. But if it's used for the right purpose and in the right way, it can be positive. You know what I mean? So that's my take. It's in the wrong hands. It's used for the wrong purpose.
Attention. It's also linking. I just have 2 more questions and I'm done. Alright. It's also linking the virtual work, multicultural work, you know, globalization that you follow.
It's linking a multicultural world.
Yeah, like you know that the whole world would, the best would be that the whole world would be a world with people with mixed blood only, so that everybody would understand each other. You get my point?
Yeah, but I don't follow those things. You know, mixed blood or no mixed blood is like, you know.
You have mixed blood.
Yeah, I have mixed blood, but no.
No?
No.
Really?
No.
Why?
Why be proud about it, or why be ashamed? Yeah, I'm not ashamed, but I'm not proud. Mixed blood, who cares? You exist. So what? So because I have mixed blood, am I to be more special than somebody who does not have mixed blood? No. So then it doesn't matter your blood. Until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eye, there will be turmoil. So until it don't matter your blood, it don't matter where you come from, it don't matter. All that matter is that you exist. So from you are here, you are one of God's children. That's all that matter. You understand? And that is the thing. So that's the problem with globalization, because who is heading globalization still have their idea of how they think the world should be, and they want everyone to follow their idea. You can't. That's not globalization. Globalization is saying that nobody's idea is wrong, accepting everyone's idea and learning from everybody else. Listen, remember, anything God intend, it has to be that way. You understand? So if God intend every man to pray the same way, every man have to pray the same way. You understand? Like God didn't give you feathers, you can't fly. You understand? So God didn't make every man say, hey, you have to pray the same way. He give you the choice to pray how you want to pray. To live how you want to live. You understand? So you have to embrace that freedom of choice. God is not discriminate. So who are you to be discriminate? You cannot judge, only God can judge. He make all. So that is the only problem with everything that's going on, is the judgment. Is saying that you are right, or to saying that you are wrong. To say I am right or I am wrong. You understand? That is the problem. Instead of learning from what is your right and what is my right. You understand? Yeah.
The majority of French people still believe smoking weed leads to harder drugs. Do you have a message for them?
Self-control. That's the only message I have. Self-control. Self-control. You must know your own limits. You must know what is good from what is not good. You know? You don't. That's self-control. Come on.
If you were a wanted man,
if I was a wanted,
yeah. What would you necessarily carry with you?
I don't want to be that. I don't know. I'm not trying to be that, so I'm not thinking of that.
Let's say it would happen. What would you carry with you?
In reality, when you're a wanted man, you don't decide what you carry. When you're wanted, you don't decide anything. You move when you have to. So it's whatever you have is what you carry when you're wanted. That's reality. Yeah.
You did not answer my question, but it's nice answer, so I'll accept it. If you were not, my last question, if you were not a DJ, what would you do?
I don't know.
You don't know? You know your father has been, this question has been asked to your father, and he answered a revolutionary.
Yeah, but in a lot of ways I'm already a revolutionary.
What about a bridge builder concerning you?
Huh?
Bridge builder.
I'm already a bridge builder.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Hometown. Physical fitness is the order of the day. Can I see some hands up like this, please? All hands up. All hands up. All hands up. All hands up. Everybody now. Jump. Babylon the position, the queen and set the bar. That's. Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I see your hands up one more time, please? All hands up. Oh, wow. All right. Everybody now. Jump. Come in on their position, the queen and set the bar. That's how somebody set the bar. Anytime they get someone is the one. But I'm here to some with some fun. Like it's on the fun, the attack the sun. Come in, it's on the politics against the sun. Look in the best of the newly born of face man nutrition. Just be short to what is the ambition. But when the instructions of the ignition, and the worst love and over religion. Everyone has the right to a decision. But it's on the people reflect upon. Some the right and everyone suspect the conquer them lost. And in darkness beyond. Exodus with the question, and I'm God the copy uniform to a driver, even a waiting on if you are right. Jump when I do the car, this is who's the who's a pedestrian, but all the border like a Mexican, and the arms heavy like a leprechaun. So I love the people, Exodus. Sure. Can I see the hands up one more time, please? All hands up. Everybody know. Jump. Kick me every artist, and everywhere but them still out here. Life is a road, so you're driving there. Air cream bus, cause you got no sweat. Holy colors in the atmosphere. Flip on the gas and you start out here. You stop the bar while you do that here. Some don't share and then you start to make a before they make a move on you. Make it move and still move on your shoe. Move it, think where you're not supposed to move. Watch you move and where you're moving to. Who you moving to, moving to crew. Who's so good from above and avenue. Move up out and who's your revenue. Move on out and get up on the go. Like a rock moving on the plate below. I stand up and they refuse to move. Sometimes I know me now for you. Basic is a bit in our shoes. Moving on, don't spill your name. Black is a lay out the key to move. Exodus. Move and action people. Send us another brother Moses. Okay, send us another father Moses. Indeed, send us another brother. Send another brother. Send us another brother Moses. Okay, send us another brother Moses. Alright, send us another brother. Send another brother. Before I make a move on you, they can use us, they move on you. Moving things where you're not supposed to move. Watch you move and where you're moving to. Who you're moving to, moving your crew. Who's up good from above the avenue. Move up out and who's a revenue. Move up out and move a look at you. Move around and get up on the floor. Like a rock moving and the gate below. I stand up and I refuse to move. Sometimes moving on, don't say you need a crew. Can't be sorry, you let this fool. Sure. Your boom town. You want some energy? Watch this.
To record, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome to Jam Rock. It's such a bomb, literally speaking, that placed you as the new leader of reggae music. Damian Marley walked up the street and made it move, but what makes Damian Marley move?
What makes me move? It's life itself, you know what I mean? The album on a whole is inspired by life. It's experiences of life. So it's interacting with people and, you know, life itself let me move.
What makes you react?
What makes me react?
What makes you come from passiveness to action?
Well,
moving, right?
Yeah, well, anything that I feel that I have the power to influence for the better of people. You know what I mean? So in my case, I'm a musician, so my voice and what I say is my form of action. You know what I mean? Is how I influence people, how I can help the situation. So basically, that is how I move. You know?
You feel you have a mission?
Yeah. The mission is really, you know, the downfall of Babylon and the upliftment of righteousness, really. You know what I mean? Which is not as drastic as it sounds, really. It's just, it's upliftment of people. You know what I mean? Upliftment of the standard of living of earth on a whole. Togetherness of people, where, you know, we're trying to erase as much of class barriers, you know, economical barrier, racial barrier, these kind of things. We're trying to eliminate as much of these things as possible.
What have you been studying and whom are your spiritual leaders?
Well, my spiritual leaders is Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie I I. And I study everything that I find interesting. Right now I'm reading a book from Dan Brown, who wrote the Da Vinci Code. I'm reading his first novel, Angels and Demons, you know what I mean? So we study a wide variety. Before that I was reading a book on Bob Marley. Before that I read a book called Tipping Point. So we study a whole heap, both books and music and life.
So you just started Da Vinci Code, right?
No, I finished that already. Another one by the same author.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
It did not remind you of some Rasta convictions about the rewriting of history and the Bible?
Yeah.
There's a big how do you say in English? Controversy about it?
Yeah, that's why I find it very interesting, the Da Vinci Code, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the things that is being spoken about in that book is things that we speak about even daily as Rasta, as brethren and sistren. We speak about those topics a lot. So to see a novel come out that have a lot of those topics was a good, you know, nice. Yeah.
It's nice that it comes out from a small community that we talk about it worldwide, you know?
Yeah.
People get very much interested about these things right now. You know?
Yeah, it opened a lot of eyes, you know? Yeah.
Your father has created Tough Gong to unify spirit and material. With your brothers, you've been developing Ghetto Youth. Did you need Universal to become who you are?
No. We need Universal to help people become who they are. We are already who we are. Me, myself, I'm okay. As an individual, I'm alright. But I need to reach a lot of other people to help them to be alright also. So that's where Universal come in. Universal help us to reach more people.
And Damian as an artist needed Universal, you think?
I think it helped. It helps to expand, because Universal is a major distributor of music. You understand? And with today's, the system that are in place, it helps to reach a broader scope of people. Yeah, it helps.
But you can do it as well with underground mediums, right?
Yeah, but you can't reach as much. You see, I'll explain, sorry, I'm cut. With underground medium, you reach people who already know about you, people who are already interested. A lot of people who already know the truth are people who deal with underground medium. Universal is dealing with people who are lost. People who don't know how to reach underground medium. And those are the people we need to reach. We want to shine light in dark places, not in places that are already light.
I understand your point very well.
Yeah.
Isolated people and
Yeah.
whom are very much the majority. We will come to that point.
Right. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that some artists right now are creating their own label and still they get a lot of success because the point is that it's leaving the underground world to reach the general people through, I don't know, maybe through some radios who show the way and then people like it. And you know the first advertisement is people speaking, right?
Yeah. Word of mouth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when something is good,
it's good.
So once again did you need them?
Yeah, but you see, time is of the essence. You know what I mean? Time is of the essence, so we have to reach as much people as quickly as possible. You know what I mean? And having a major distributor, a major machine like Universal help us to do that. You know what I mean? Reggae music on a whole is a very important music for people on earth because of the messages within the music. But reggae music, you don't get the kind of exposure that a lot of other genre get. So we need that kind of mainstream support. Because we need everybody to be listening to what we're saying, not just who already know, like we say,
I understand. Yeah. Reggae music is becoming more and more popular in France.
Yeah.
So my point is, passing through such mass distribution networks, doesn't it remove from the essence,
No, because
once again, the money doesn't go to the people.
But guess why? But that's why we have a label deal. I'm not signed to Universal as an individual. We are signed as Ghetto Youth Stuff Gang. So our representation is still there, where we have creative control of everything that we do. So everything that we do, we make sure we do it with the way that we know it's to be done for our purpose. Yes, and Universal don't call the shots for us. We call our shots. But Universal support our shots. You understand?
I understand. Yeah. Is it a new khaki uniform for you?
No, I mean, the last album that we have was released through Motown, the same system, so it's not a new thing, even for my family, if you check it, Melody Makers, Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, they were on Virgin, Bob Marley was on Island, so we see where...
Because we had no choice for that.
Yeah, we cannot be afraid to get into big business. We cannot be afraid of the big waters, the big ocean. You know what I mean? Sometimes people with a message they love to keep themselves in a little pond or a fish tank. We cannot be in a fish tank. We have to be where all the big fish are. Yeah.
Jamaica is part of Commonwealth?
Jamaica is part of common poor, not commonwealth. Right. There is no wealth. Common poor. Yeah, you understand? Common poverty.
So anyway, isn't it, how do you deal with Ethiopism knowing that in a black island, the majority of people is black, there is still Queen Elizabeth II on the money?
Queen Elizabeth is not on our money.
It's not?
No.
Not in Jamaica? Because it is in the small English island.
Not Jamaica is a rebel.
We're independent.
We get our independence. No, but we are still a Commonwealth country in the sense of Commonwealth countries. Right. But Jamaica are very rebellious. So the people don't pay that kind of patronage to the Queen. They don't greet you in the name of the Queen when they pull you over in Jamaica. They don't say, in the name of the Queen I ask you to pull over. They don't say that in Jamaica. Say, boy, pull over. Now, yeah, last time Jamaica aggressive. So, Jamaica is one of the earliest slave ports. So all the rebel slaves were left in Jamaica. So Jamaica is the land of rebels. Understand? So on our money, we have Marcus Garvey and we have Paul Bogle.
Nice.
We don't have the Queen on our money.
Still, how do you deal with Ethiopian?
I don't deal with it. I'm a Rasta. And I is Haile Selassie the first.
What I'm saying is that...
Yo, lower.
What I was saying is that, before one of the means for Africans' emancipation abroad was coming back in Africa, right? Which has been called Ethiopism. Right?
Repatriation.
Yeah. Well, maybe another word.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
My point is that do you think it's still the only solution nowadays for Jamaicans?
You see, we have to realize the world is ours. We don't want to leave any part excluded. Everywhere on earth is for human beings. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Africa is special to humanity because it's the cradle of civilization. We all know that humanity, human beings come from. All human beings come from Africa. Yeah. For us as Rastas,
from Ethiopia.
From Ethiopia. For us as Rasta, that is our home. That is our, that is our Mecca. You understand? But it don't stop us from having homes everywhere else also. So the earth is ours. Ethiopia is special, yes. But the earth is ours. No, but we have to embrace Ethiopia and Africa to help build Africa on behalf of Africans. Yeah.
We will come back.
Yeah.
2006 has been a revolutionary year worldwide.
Yeah.
We were talking about Africa. There's been a woman elected in South Africa, and there's been a woman president as well in Chile. And
there's been a woman elected prime minister in Jamaica also. Yeah.
You lost you stole my words.
Yeah.
So do you think this women implication in politics is a sign of hope because you deal with hope?
I hope so. It's early to say, but I hope so. Politics is very complicated. A lot of the times hands are tied. People come into power and want to make changes and cannot because their hands are tied. So I hope that these women's hands are not tied.